Hey guys, Jill here from Ask a Vet Tech. Today I'm going to walk you through practical, safe, and proven ways to help your chickens survive extremely cold weather. Without expensive gadgets or dangerous mistakes, whether you're dealing with freezing temps, a snowstorm, sub-zero wind and chills, or icy conditions, this video is for you. Can chickens handle the cold? Chickens are actually very cold hardy. Most healthy adult chickens can tolerate temperatures well below freezing. But this is a big but. Cold plus moisture, wind, or poor nutrition is where the problems start. Chickens don't usually die from cold alone. They'll struggle when things like their feathers get wet, cold blows directly on them, they can't eat or drink enough, and their coop traps moisture. So the goal is a dry, draft-free coop, keeping them well fed and hydrated. Block the wind, not the air. One of the biggest winter mistakes is sealing up your coop too tightly. You want to block direct wind that comes right on your chicken's level. So like if they're on the ground or on their roosts, you don't want the wind blowing directly on them. You want to keep your ventilation high, like near the roof, and ventilation is super important to help the moisture get out. Cold air doesn't hurt chickens, damp air does. Moisture building up tends to lead to frostbite and respiratory issues because they're in the coop a lot more in the winter. Some people cover the run panels with clear plastic or tarps, and never use plastic inside the coop because that's where condensation can form. Layering the inside walls of your coop with plastic, moisture can build up on that. This is a controversial subject, skipping the heat lamps. I know you're tempted, but the heat lamps are one of the leading causes of coop fires. It makes your chickens way more vulnerable if the power goes out and then all of a sudden it's been in a nice warm coop and then it's cold. And it prevents natural feather fluffing and heat regulation for them. The next thing we're going to talk about is the deep litter method. One of the best winter tools is something incredibly simple: deep, dry bedding. You can use pine shavings, straw as long as it stays dry, or hemp bedding. Adding fresh layers to the coop regularly and never letting the bedding get wet. Deep litter causes natural insulation. Even in mild warmth from the chickens running around in it, it starts to break it down. Roosts matter. Make sure your chickens can roost comfortably, sit flat-footed, not gripping tightly, and that there's no draft coming right across their roost. Flat, wide roosts allow them to cover their toes and feathers by sitting down on top of their feet, protecting them from frostbite. Now we're going to talk about feeding your chickens in extreme cold. Extra calories are super important. In winter, chickens burn more calories just to stay warm. You can help them stay warmer by giving them slightly more feed in the evenings, scratch grains only as a treat. Never replace a balanced food with their scratch grain. I know that it's been said that corn heats them up inside and all of that, but it's still not great nutrition. When they just come off of molting in the fall and head into winter with their brand new feathers, they can benefit a lot from black sunflower seeds, mealworms in moderation, and a higher protein food if needed. If you were going to do a higher protein food, you'd want to mix that in with their regular feed. Now, water is crucial, and I know that sounds silly in the cold because they could just eat snow, but it's not the same. If a chicken doesn't drink, it doesn't eat. And dehydration is deadly in the winter. So my tips are: check the water at least twice a day. Use a heated water base if available. Never add things like salt, sugar, or antifreeze type products. Keep the water clean and ice free. In my area, people have talked all the rave about beet juice going into the water to keep it from freezing. This does not work in sub-zero temperatures, and you're adding a bunch of extra stuff to their water. A chicken without water for even 24 hours is really dangerous for them. Now, frostbite prevention. Cold alone doesn't cause frostbite. Moisture does. Watch for frostbite on the combs, the wattles, the toes. Prevent it by keeping the coop dry, ensuring good ventilation, and avoiding water spills overnight. Petroleum jelly on the comb is controversial. Dry air is more effective than a greasy barrier. Most chickens handle winter very well, but watch for the warning signs. If you have a chicken that is lethargic, is huddling up to another one constantly, has pale or darkened combs, is refusing water or food, is limping or has curled toes, if you see any of those things, you need to intervene now, not later. That could be a dead chicken if you wait too long. I want to leave you with this note today. Your chickens don't need perfection, they just need consistency. Dry bedding, fresh water, wind protection, and great food. If you focus on those basics, your flock will thrive, even in extreme cold weather. Stay warm, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, I'm here for you, you're here for your pets. Have a great day.